is another live broadcast from TrueFire Studios. Guess who we have in the house today? It's Gareth Pearson. I'm really excited about this because we have been waiting many, many years to get him here in our studios. We met Gareth. I know that Tommy Emmanuel introduced me to you at the Chet Atkins convention. You were 16 at the time, right?
I was, yeah.
But Ali had run into you before that at I think at a Tommy Fest or something.
Yeah, it was a Tommy Fest back when he had them in Windsor in England.
Yeah, and then everyone I met kept telling you gotta meet this kid. They called you kid, sorry, but blew everybody's mind because of your playing. You're such a sweet person. You're a great composer. I love your dad. I hope he's watching. If he is, how you doing? Come visit us one day. And we've actually done several projects together, but you did them in the Amsterdam studio with Matt Brandt.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time we have you here in the studio. But I want to shout out to everyone that although this is the first time here in TrueFire's studios here in the States, Gareth did a Travis Atkins and Reed guidebook, #1 with a bullet. 50 Travis Atkins and Reed licks you must know, #1 with a bullet. That's from my old days, listening to radio. That's what they used to say anyway. And then you did the country and folk fingerstyle guidebook. So you already have 3 TrueFire courses, right? How does it feel to be here now?
That's great. Yeah, I love the setup. It's wonderful meeting more of the TrueFire team.
Yeah.
I know you and Ali. But to meet Tommy, Seth, Ren, the whole bunch of you guys, is you see what the TrueFire family is all about here.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting the education out there. It's about creating content for people to truly enhance their abilities in the guitar playing and just music in general. So yeah, it's all good vibes.
We had fun, right? Over
yeah,
the last
for sure.
Tommy and Seth didn't beat you up too badly?
Oh, I can't talk about that. No, I've had a blast, and Tommy and Seth, behind the screen there, have given me some good tips and advice on how to get through the courses as well. So I appreciate you guys too, out there.
They're pretty good at what they do, but they couldn't do what they do without you doing what you do. That's for sure. So listen, I want to talk about the 2 new courses.
Sure.
Right. But before we do that, we're going to do a lot of playing because you've got to hear, you have to hear about these 2 courses, but I also want everyone to really kind of tune in to Gareth and his playing and his really unique approach to fingerstyle. Let us know where you're tuned in from, whatever continent, country, whatever time zone. Shout out, we'll shout back to you. That's a little bit of housekeeping there. Also, I want to point out that underneath the video, you'll find a link to the trivia question. And you can win a $100 gift card. Also, you'll find a link where you can pre-order the 2 courses that we're going to be talking about today. And, I'm allowed to gratuitously advertise what it is that we do here together. And while you're there, there's that little thumbs up button. Show your love, share your love, click the thumbs up. We very much appreciate that. And they're going to post a promo code as well. That should be good for 25% off any of Gareth's courses, including the 3 that are in the library today and the 2 that will be on pre-order, the 2 that we shot this week. So let's talk first, Gareth, about Acoustic Groove Collective. Tell us about that.
Okay, so it's a collection of singer-songwriters, popular singer-songwriters, famous singer-songwriters, what their techniques and their abilities really brought out into their music. Like a singer-songwriter, it's usually about the vocals and the mood and what you're trying to say it within the song, but a lot of these players, a lot of these musicians were great guitar players underneath. Sometimes it's overlooked, sometimes it's very apparent.
I say.
So what I'm doing in this course, we're visiting 15 grooves by 15 different singer-songwriters, and what made them so special.
Let's show them Joni. Let's start with Joni.
Joni, all right. So
Joni's one of my all-time favorites. I remember, that's my generation, okay? And the work that she did in her guitar playing has always blown my mind. And you're right. Very much overlooked. So many people focused on her lyrics and her performance and the songs themselves, but what a great player she was, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's funny being in the fingerstyle community and the fingerstyle world. A lot of people I've found out, it's like, oh, you ask them, what tuning is that? It says, oh, I got it from Joni Mitchell. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you see the influence she's had.
Absolutely. So what tuning are you tuning into?
I'm putting this in an open D tuning right now.
Cool. It's one of my favorite tunings right there. I love that.
Yeah.
And open D, as maybe some might know or not know, is the same as, the same configuration as open E, right?
Right.
So the chords that work in open D work in open E. The chords that work in open E work in open D. And she did a lot of work in open D, actually.
I think, is that your Maiden in the studio back there? Because that's also an open D. Yeah. Never you mentioned that.
That's right. Tommy picked that out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He picked it out in Nashville at Artisan Guitars, also friends
that's
of
great.
the Fire.
Bill runs that place, right?
Yeah, he
great
does.
guy.
He puts on those concerts all the time. And Tommy had just come from a session here, said he was going there. We wanted to get one of the Maidens here. He picked that one out.
Yeah.
Played it.
Yeah.
Blessed it, I guess, right?
Yeah, he'll do that. Okay, so let's have a look at this. This is the Joni Mitchell technique that we're looking at. So we're in open D here, and with a capo on the 2nd fret, we got this. Very simple.
That is reflective of, is that Taxi?
Yeah, Big Yellow Taxi.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. So what we like very much about the curriculum you brought is it's really not about learning their songs. It's not about that at all. It's using etudes, little performance studies that reflect some of their styling and their approach to the grooves they were creating underneath their songs.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Shall we pick another one?
Sure.
James Taylor.
Change the tune in here.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'll fill a little here and ask folks again. Let us know when you're tuned in from. We have Northeast England. Stakeford just shouted out. Anybody from Wales out there? What's your hometown, man?
Cwmbran.
Cwmbran.
Spelled Cwmbran.
Okay. Let's see if any friends or neighbors or families chime in from there. And guys, the trivia question is, what Tommy Emmanuel song was inspired by Gareth? What Tommy Emmanuel song? You didn't know we were going to do this, did you?
No,
okay.
but I know
Tommy
the answer.
was so enamored by Gareth that he actually wrote a song. Like, A, how cool is that? B, when you when you find the title or hear the title of the song, you'll understand why that brings a smile to Gareth's face right there. But answer that. Click on the link in the thread. Answer it there. Don't answer it in the thread because you don't want to give the answer away. It'll limit your chances of winning the $100 gift card. Okay. Also, Gareth Live, GarethLive. For the next 48 hours, if you use that code, you can order any of the existing courses. You can pre-order these 2 new courses. You can get them all, get one, get some, whatever you want to do, and save 25%. We'll have the first one of these courses out within 60 days, hopefully by the end of the year anyway. You ready, my man?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so James Taylor.
The James Taylor kind of technique.
Cool. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice. So again, I want to point out, this is not about learning these songs. What Gareth does is he's constructed an etude, what we call a performance study, and teaches you the underlying technique and creative kind of styling and approach of these very famous, singer-songwriter guitar players. And you can take that to any progression, to any song that you write yourself or cover tune. Well, you can play any tune in the style of James Taylor or Joni Mitchell. Yes?
Yeah, it's, I think the concept as well is to apply this to your own songs as well. If you're writing your own songs and you want ideas, it'll give you enough ammunition to put into your own music. So
yeah, that's what we love about this. So you have a frame of reference, okay? But this is about taking that information, taking that reference, and writing your own song or applying it to any cover of any song you like. By the way, I have to tell you this. Edward Johns, let's see, James Went says he's currently about 10 miles from you. How do you spell where Cumberland?
Cwmbran, Cwmbran. James Went. I haven't heard from you in a long. I haven't heard from you in a long time, man. James. His father worked with my dad back in Wales,
Really?
and James. My dad would always rave on about him being an incredible guitar player. And when I met him, James blew me away. But he's also doing magic tricks now, right?
Is he really?
He's a great magician.
No
so
kidding.
Musician and magician. So
Awesome.
James, if next time I'm back in the UK, let's get a drink together and have a jam.
Man. That's so cool. Thank you, James, for chiming in.
Cheers.
Also, Edward Johns says that his better half went to school in your hometown.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
Isn't this crazy? Let me tell you where else people are chimed in from here, okay? Norway, Haarlem in the Netherlands, Germany, Montreal, Buenos Aires, Finland, Michigan, Florence, Arizona, Wales, Portugal, India, Southern Maryland, Auckland, New Zealand, Northeast England, Scotland, Essex, Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Queensland. I mean,
that's amazing.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's the power, technology, man. I mean, it really disabled the music business in many ways. It's hard to sell records today and whatnot. But at the same time, those artists that have adapted, it really has connected a community of musicians, guitarists, certainly in particular here, from all over the world. We get to gather, thanks to technology. And there you go. You got to connect with James Went, who you probably haven't spoken to in a long time.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Yeah, it's great.
So let's do, hey, Tommy, do you want me to move on to the DIY Country Blues course?
I mean, I'd be up for doing one more if Gareth is, one more for the acoustic grooves.
Gareth, you want to do Dolly, Buckingham, or Sheeran?
We can look at the Ed Sheeran kind of exercise.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I love that one.
A lot of Ed Sheeran fans out there, I'm sure.
Oh my God, I mean, I'm not even embarrassed to say I'm a big fan. I think the guy is brilliant, brilliant songwriter, and also an incredible guitar player. You
Yeah.
know?
And also a great actor. Did you see
Yeah,
the Yesterday movie?
Yeah, which one? Wait, what was that?
Yesterday.
Yes, I did
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that. That's right.
I saw that recently, and oh
He
man,
was in another movie too. Was he in Game of Thrones, maybe, or?
yeah, I believe he was in an episode of that.
Something.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
All right, give us some Sheeran.
Okay, so.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Again, I see, some folks are tuned in a little bit late. Not about learning these songs. It's about learning the underlying techniques, creative, harmonic and rhythmic approaches. And then Gareth shows you how to apply that to your own material. That's really what this course is about. Let's talk about the second course.
Cool,
which
let's do
I
it.
love this, man. We're calling it, Gareth is calling it DIY Country Blues, right? Tell them what it's all about.
It's basically a progression of 5 levels that take you to a final piece. So, like each level constructs of the first level, for example, is demonstrating how to just lay down a thumb groove in independence finger picking. The second level, I should know these levels because I record. That's right. Thank you, Tommy. The second level is on syncopation. The third level is on applying banjo rolls to the guitar and harp techniques. And the fourth is, Tommy, help me out. Yeah, the clawing technique. And then the final level is how to incorporate the banjo licks to different kind of banjo rolls to different types of banjo licks. With those five levels, then I've composed a piece of music that showcases everything. And the whole idea of that is that people are able to digest the information, see what you can do with it, and then to compose their own songs with that information.
Yeah, we love this one too. We have a series called Solo Factory, and they're usually larger, longer courses to work through. Gareth's approach here is, as with everything that you do, come to think of it, a very insightful, accelerated way to get to the same end result. So, you'll work through, you will play your way through this course. Mm-hmm. You'll work through these 5 little performance studies with a focus on a particular technique or approach, and then you'll put it all together, and you can apply this to any country blues song for sure, but any song that you want to do in this style, right?
Yeah, well, each level can be applied to just one song in itself.
Yep.
So with the 5 levels, you have a lot of meat to create something very dynamical too.
So let's give them a taste. Pick, Tommy, what do you want to start with? Pinch?
Yeah, let's start right up at level 1, Gareth.
The level 1, yeah, so it starts with a very simple format on how to play finger style and how to put in that groove. So this is the example.
So you work through the lesson. Gareth will explain the technique. Then you'll play your way through the little etude.
Yeah.
And then you'll move on to the second technique or approach. So, Tommy, you want to do banjo rolls?
Yeah, level 3.
Yeah, this is level 3. So. think I'll go from the other chord, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Tommy, let's show one more approach. Syncopation. Pick any of the other elements.
Yeah, I can show you the tune if you want, the final piece.
No, show us one more element of it first.
The one more
Like
element.
syncopation.
I can show you maybe the chlorine technique.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I gotta remember them.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful, man. Okay, so that was just 3. I mean, you know, the course is what, about an hour and a half's worth of content, Tommy?
Yeah, right in there. Hour to an hour and a half.
Okay. So, again, Gareth breaks it down into these 5 kind of essential techniques with a goal of having you get a grip on them individually rather than combining them all at once. Clearly, you can apply that to you know, anything that you play or anything that you write. And then your goal in this course, like Solo Factory, is now put it all together and play the piece that Gareth is going to play for you now.
Okay, here we go.
You're on.
Thank you.
Love, we love this approach, and we've been actually looking for a more accelerated version of our solo factories, and I think you just may have invented that for us.
That's great. That's great.
We used to, we did the same thing with a series called Essentials, which is very similar to the courses you have already, where we had a version where we'd spend half a course on technique and then the other half a course on etudes. And then we went with Essentials, which was we threw it, you know, just let's get right down to business, play your way through the course. This is that kind of a course. Mm-hmm. This will get you up and running really, really quickly. And I got to hand it to you, man. You delivered yet again.
Thank you. Well, it's a blast.
Oh, man. So housekeeping. Again, 25% promo code, Gareth Live. Have a look at those 3 courses that are already in the library. They're all, you know, really, really popular here for all the fingerstyle players. Country and Folk Fingerstyle Guidebook, 50 Travis Atkins and Reed licks you must know. There's a ton of stuff in that one. You really have studied these. You've really studied these guys, haven't you, over the years, man? And then, of course, the Travis Atkins and Reed Guidebook. These were all produced in our Amsterdam studio in Haarlem, actually, by Matt Brandt, who, Matt, I hope you're on the line because Matt is a TrueFire artist as well. We did a lot of stuff with him, but he is a very, very talented, all-around artist, producer. He's amazing, the work that he does out of that studio.
He's phenomenal. Yeah.
We're trying to get there, man. We're going to go over there with a group of people and just have a nice little get together with all the artists, and you're going to have to come there too.
I was going to say, if I'm invited or not, I'm going to be there.
Now you're kind of like, what do they call it? Like dual citizenship, you know?
Right, right.
So use that code. It's, save a lot of money, but the content's, killer. Here's your last chance on the trivia question. Which is, what Tommy Emmanuel song was inspired by Gareth? Which song? Name the song, click on the link, put the answer there, and you've got less than a minute to do that and be entered into the giveaway. And, as always, we need to tell them about the guitar.
Yeah, this is a Maton guitar.
Spell it for folks.
Maton. And not so. Yeah, I got this guitar a couple of years ago. I've been using Matons for a while. I'm obviously very inspired and influenced by Tommy. So this really does work its wonders for a live show, especially when you plug it in and it's just. You usually get a great sound. A lot of acoustic guitars with pickups, sometimes you need to just take a little time to just get something fairly decent. With this, without really putting much time in, you're already good to go. So when you do have a little bit more time, you can really find some magic in there. But yeah, this is I've used this now, I think, for 2 or 3 years. It's not beaten up. There's quite a lot of marks on here. I got some tape covering a hole here because I'm too lazy to get it fixed. Yeah. That's what happens when your dog runs in between your legs and you fall into a door. But yeah, and I got a crack here from the humidity in Canada. One day I was just playing the guitar and all of a sudden I heard this like click. And I didn't know what it was. I thought I stepped on something. Yeah. And then the next day I was in the studio. I put this lying down on the floor, and I saw the crack. Yeah. So, yeah, you're gonna have to get any guitar player out there should really look into the humidity and getting a humidifier for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's still hardly the damage you see on a couple of Tommy's guitars. Yeah. He really beats them up,
and those are intentional too.
Oh yeah, they are. They truly are. The Matons, I mean, they're just beautiful, beautiful instruments. And as we mentioned earlier, we have one here in the studio. Tommy picked it out. If you're interested in these guitars, I think we got ours for a very reasonable price. I think they maybe gave us a little bit of a special deal there, but they have some, let's say premium priced instruments worth every penny. But they also have a range of guitars, including the one that we purchased for the studio, that is certainly more affordable, but still great quality. If it's good enough for Tommy, it's good enough for anyone, right? So Artisan Guitars in Nashville, Bill, ask for Bill. They'll pick one out for you that I'm sure you'll be very, very happy with. Okay, I think we are about ready to announce the winner. And why don't you tell them what the name of the song is that Tommy wrote for you?
The song is "The Welsh Tornado."
I mean, how did that hit you, man, when you heard about that?
Yeah, I think I can't remember which tour, whether it was the first or the second tour I had with him in the UK. Yeah. We did some it was like a full stretch of the month of December or something like that. But yeah, he called me up after the tour and said he wrote a song for me, classic Tommy style. It's called "The Welsh Tornado." And I thought he was yanking my chain. I didn't really believe it. And then a few months later, he was playing on a radio show, and his manager at the time, Gina Mandello, sent me the link on Facebook. So I immediately wanted to learn it.
I mean, come on, could there be a higher compliment than that?
Oh no, he's too kind to me. He's a true mentor and a great friend.
He's, he really is. He's the, godfather of fingerstyle. You know? Very, very generous. I mean, yes, master, beyond master of the instrument, but what he does for music, how he guides younger players. I mean, at these really, Chet Atkins conventions, I meet so many young people that were playing heavy metal or shred. They hear him play, they talk to them. That's it. You know, they start learning how to play fingerstyle. So he's done amazing things, and he's kind of picked up where, what Chet started. Yeah, he's finishing. Yeah. Okay. And who knows? Maybe one day he'll pass the torch to you, and it'll be your job.
I was going to say, I don't think he's finishing it. He's just taking it to another level.
Not anytime soon, but stand by. Never know. Yeah. Let's thank everybody for tuning in from all over the world. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys,
for spending the time with us. Gareth, thank you so much for coming all the way over here. I know it's a lot easier to get to, but you know how anxious we were to have you come here and hang out with us for a couple days and do a couple of projects with us. Would you be kind enough? And hey, by the way, thumbs up, guys. Go over to the video, click that thumbs up button, share, show your love. Okay, we appreciate it. And I know Gareth would as well. And we're going to ask Gareth to play us out with Adrenaline Rush.
Sure.
Okay, you're going to dig this. Get over to that thumbs up button, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for your support all over the world. Thank you.